Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Bank Shot Breakdown. We're going to go over the 4 college basketball crown tournament games for Monday, March 31st, 2025. Now if you like this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Put your college basketball picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games I love the most in college hoops and other sports, you can find those at the premium picks tab of pickdawgz.com. There's also a link in the description. Alright, here we go. Here are the games for Monday in college hoops. First up, the first game of the college basketball crown tournament in Las Vegas is between Utah and Butler. It's going to be 3 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on Fox Sports 1. Now, Butler ended the season with a losing record at 14-19, but they are the small favorite right now in this game, laying just 1.5 points. We'll see where the line goes, but I actually think Butler should be favored, and I like their chances to pick up the win and the cover. Now, I do think Utah is the better team from a shot quality perspective, but you can't deny that Butler is one of the more experienced teams in all of college basketball. I do think that benefits them in a tournament-style game. It helped them get a tournament win in the Big East tournament over Providence in that first matchup. And even though they lost to St. John's in the next game, blowout fashion, I still think that Butler was more competitive down the stretch. I know you look at their 4-game losing streak to end the regular season. It doesn't look good on paper, but they played some of the best teams in the conference, some tournament teams, St. John's, Xavier, Creighton, and they were still able to pick up some W's before that at the end of February against teams like Providence, Georgetown, and DePaul. And when you look at Butler, this is a pretty good three-point shooting team. They're a disciplined team defensively. They don't make too many mistakes there. They take care of the basketball. I think they could win the turnover battle in this game. And I think they do the little things right in this type of matchup at the neutral site to win this game and cover the number. So I'm going to go with Butler and lay the 1.5 points in this one. Next up, we have George Washington and Boise State. This one is going to be 5:30 Eastern. All these games are going to be on Fox Sports 1. Now, Boise State, I mentioned many times, at the end of the season, I thought that they were a lot more deserving than San Diego State to make the NCAA tournament. And we saw what the Aztecs did with their chance in the 11-seed play-in game, losing in absolute blowout fashion, one of the biggest blowouts of the tournament. And I think Boise State feels a little bit snubbed. I wouldn't be surprised to see them play with some extra motivation in this tournament. But beyond all that, I just think they're the much better team in this game. I think they match up well. I like their chances to pick up the win and the cover. Great rebounding team, disciplined team offensively. Does a decent job of taking care of the ball. They had some issues at times in conference play, but still overall, I'm not too worried about the turnover battle for Boise State in this ball game. On the other, also, great free throw shooting team, top 20 in the nation. That's a big advantage compared to George Washington, which is ranked 252nd in free throw shooting as a team. And in general, I don't love this Revolutionaries offense. They turn the ball over quite a bit. Mentioned their struggles with the free throw line, but they're also not a great three-point shooting team. I just think they struggle to score for 40 minutes, and I don't think their defense is going to hold up enough either to compete for 40 minutes. So I'm going to go Boise State and lay the points. Next up, we have Nebraska and Arizona State. This one is going to be 8:30 Eastern. Now, both of these teams ended the regular season in not great form, but Nebraska especially, they had a golden opportunity to make it to the Big Ten tournament. All they needed to do was beat Iowa in that regular season finale. They were a big favorite in that game at home. They lost outright by 15 points. So I can't lay this many points with Nebraska in this matchup. I know Arizona State's banged up, a couple of players out for the season, but this is still a well-coached team, a team that's dangerous because they're a good three-point shooting team. In a tournament game like this, getting this many points, I think that does make the Sun Devils dangerous. I just didn't like the form that Nebraska was in down the stretch defensively in the regular season to warrant this kind of spread. I think you could argue Nebraska should be favored in general, but not by over 2 buckets. So I'm going to take Arizona State in this one plus the points. And the final game for Monday's college basketball card is Washington State and Georgetown. This one 11 p.m. Eastern. I do think this is a pretty tough game to handicap, but I am going to lean towards Georgetown in this one. Got to mention the big success for the Hoyas this year in terms of their improvements in the midst of their rebuild. Last year they won just 9 games in the first season under Ed Cooley. Now up to 17 games this year, 8-12 in conference play. I know it was a disappointing end to the season with the first round loss in the tournament to DePaul, but I still think that Georgetown showed it's definitely making those improvements. I think the program's heading in the right direction. I like their chances to pick up the win in this game. Fundamentally, I think they have a big advantage. They should be able to win the turnover battle and the rebounding battles pretty easily. Washington State really struggled taking care of the ball. They were one of the worst defensive rebounding teams in the country. They were also not a great free throw shooting team, even though Washington State shot the ball, very well, 10th ranked in effective field goal percentage. They struggled at the charity stripe. They were under 70% as a team. I think those little details add up. Add to the fact that that Georgetown has a pretty sizable coaching advantage and a more experienced team. I gotta like Georgetown's chances in this one, laying the points. And that's it. Those are the games for Monday in college basketball. Hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. As always, Romanelli. Good luck.